Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm so excited to be with y'all tonight. A lot to talk about in the world of magic, in the world of the channel, in the world of working, all that kind of stuff. Give you guys some updates on all the things I'm doing, and want to hear about how all you are doing. So very excited to be with y'all. Welcome to Minotaurs. Thank you, thank you. So, yes, it's a little bit of a change in the video and the background and everything. I also have like a denoise filter on, so tell me if I look like I'm photoshopped. Like, I like how it makes me look because I don't look like I have any wrinkles. I look about 5 to 7 years younger with the denoise filter on. So this is not the real me. If you met me in person, I look like the crypt keeper. it's not, it's not great. So, um, I am liking how flattering the filter is being to me right now. So I'm very excited to be with you guys tonight. You were saying, hey, we weren't having a live stream tonight. That was actually last Friday. Last Friday, I couldn't do a live stream. I was doing my trade show, which I would love to tell you guys about, if you want to hear about it. Yeah, but this Friday, just a calm night in, so I'm pretty excited about that. Uh, I want to know about you were telling me about a show, or you were doing some magic at a church for your aunt, and and you had somebody watching and did some cool magic for them. That's actually my favorite way. Hey, Moon Eater, good to see you. So that's my favorite way to do Like, I hope that somebody realizes that I'm a magician without me having to say I'm a magician. You know, if you go, "Hi, my name's Alan. I'm a magician. Could I show you a trick?" Um, the answer is no, right? Almost always. but but if you can get somebody interested in what you're doing, that's way easier, right? That's why, like, whenever I'm doing magic, like for pay, I like to start in the center of the room and make the biggest deal possible, do my biggest, craziest tricks that get the biggest, loudest reactions in the middle of the room. And that way, the rest of the night, my job is super easy because everybody's seeking me out. I don't have to try to introduce myself to people. So that's a little pro tip. Start in the center of the room and work outwards and get all the um, you know, attention on you at the very start. It's kind of like the advice that whenever you go to prison, like, find the biggest guy in there, shank him. You'll spend 2 months in the hole, but they'll respect you. You know, that kind of thing. Um, yeah, you want to go and you want to make a big noise right up front, and then from there on out, it'll be very easy for you. But I love when people realize that I'm doing magic and are kind of like they're wondering if you're seeing them watch you. That's awesome. Um, yes, and thank you, Ed. I really do appreciate it. I've had some incredible supporters and Minotaurs. If you guys don't know what those are the my channel memberships. I have two tiers. I have supporters and Minotaurs, two different price points. Whatever works best for you if you're into that. But I got to tell you, and thank you for rejoining it. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I do. It is something that helps fuel the channel. Though even though I had a good quarter of a year where I was completely dark and wasn't doing hardly any content at all, like just a YouTube short here and there. I was working so hard. You guys stuck with me during that time and were still supporting, even though I wasn't giving you any of that content or anything, either special or general content. So I gotta say big thank you to all of my supporters and Minotaurs so much, and I'm really glad that doesn't start you back to zero too. I think that's wonderful. Um, it it's awesome. You get these cool little badges that show like your membership level, and eventually you can get to a red dot like me. That's the idea. That shows you how long you've been a channel member. And you also get like these really cool extra emoji that you can do. I could just share some of them with you. You get custom emoji of me, And the more Meditors and supporters that I have, the more emojis I can add, custom emojis. So if you guys are into that, um, you know, super cool. Just I hardly ever talk about it, so forgive me for talking about it now, but it is super helpful for letting me afford new magic to review for you guys. I generally buy magic maybe once or twice a year for myself, and so and it's usually really big ticket item things, so that's why it's so infrequent. But I know there's a lot of like more recent releases from Theory 11, Illusionist, Vanishing Ink Magic, Penguin Magic, and other places where you guys want to see, hey, this thing came out. There's a lot of buzz around it. Is it good? Being that I'm one of the only full-time working professional magicians on YouTube, and by that I mean I don't have another job. There's no other way for me to bring an income in. The magic that I do and incorporate into my show has to be stuff that can help me feed my family. So it has to be good. It has to be stuff that actually works and works reliably for it to be in my pro set. And I'm very picky about whatever I pick up. So that's kind of where I think I can bring value more to you guys with the reviews that I do, because I have a very strong, unique perspective on this magic, if it's actually going to be a worker and what I like or don't like about it. I love a lot of the other magic reviewers on YouTube. I think they're great. Magic Orthodoxy is, of course, the king. But I don't think that he does magic full time for a living. I think he has another job in the which is great, right? And that's what most magicians have to do. But it's very different whenever you're table hopping for 3 hours at a banquet or something, or a restaurant or something, and you have to know what resets well and what's gonna you're gonna choose to keep in your pocket throughout the night, and you really want the best bang for your buck. And if it's gonna have space in your pocket, it better be really, really, really good. And so I've got that kind of perspective. I'm not just doing magic, gigging here and there. It's like this is all I do. So I'm very particular about the magic I include. I'm also I'm also kind of don't like magic that looks like props. I want things that are natural, organic, exist in the space, or borrowed. If I can help it. Yeah, I do take a deck of cards with me, but I don't do anything that's like objects that people have never seen before. So like bill tube, completely out. I would never do a trick with bill tube. Excuse me for a minute. I gotta mute a device that just keeps going off. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So I think my wife is out of the house. Oh, I know she's out of the house, and I think she's texting somebody on Messenger or something. And her iPad is connected to it, so it just keeps going ping, 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 like it's nuts. So sorry. So yeah, I think that I have a unique perspective in that I'm one of the only full-time working pros on YouTube that has a channel. That being said, it's kind of a lead-in into I just bought a bunch of new magic. I just did. Just completed that trade show, which gave me a little bit of extra spending money to pick up some stuff that I've been eyeing for a little while. It's time for me to do a little gentle refresh of some of the magic I've been doing. More for me than anybody else. I do have a lot of people who hire me, repeat business, and but the audiences are always different, so I don't have to change out stuff that often for that reason. Unlike a restaurant, if I had a weekly restaurant, I'd have to change out material, pretty frequently. But the way I do it now, you don't really have to that much. But for me, I feel like some of the stuff is gotten to is about as good as it's going to get. And instead of the excitement of kind of continually refreshing or slightly modifying a presentation from table to table or from group to group, it's starting to feel a little bit stale for me. Some of the things are not as exciting or fun to perform anymore. And they're kind of, I'm on autopilot. And so I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. and it's about time for me to refresh some of my close-up magic. So that's what I'm doing. I've got a lot of really interesting stuff coming in the pipeline. Waiting for some to show up in the mail. Some of it are instant downloads. I'm going to be doing reviews on all of them. Just to give you an idea, the one I'm working on right now, just shot a quick review video of it, as of Copycat by David Parr. That's for parlor and stage shows. That's a really cool trick. I cannot wait to send that out and get a discussion going around that effect. I'm going to ask David if he wants to come and do an interview with the channel, because I think that'd be great. I've also got some things from Quiver and Patrick Kuhn coming in. I've got 3 things coming in from him. And then just got Double Exposure from Ozzy Wind. I've been practicing and working on that effect, which I really like a lot. And that's something I'm going to be talking about on the channel. I have not audience tested it yet, though, so that one's got to wait for that. And then I got another one, a weird one. It was Impromptu Invisible Deck. And I don't know the name of the creator, but it's sold on Magic or Vanishing Ink Magic. And I don't have an opinion on that one yet, so don't just go run out and buy it. But a lot of magic. Oh, and I also have something from Jay Jack. If you guys remember him, he put out a PDF a little while ago, and I had done a review of that PDF, and he's got a new project that has just released, and I'm going to be talking some more about that. I want to dig in. There's like 3-4 effects in this new PDF. I've not been able to learn and audience test all of them yet, so I haven't had a chance to kind of really go through its paces and formulate an opinion, so I can share that with you guys. But that's also a review that's coming. So there's a lot of magic reviews coming, and yeah, I'm really excited to share all that stuff with you. One of the things I got, and I'll tell you because it's important, is my FPS wallet is finally about died. It's about died. I ran it through the wash the other day, and it's still around. It's usable, I suppose, but it's starting to show its age. I've used this every day for, I don't know, years now. And then I ran it through the wash, and while it's still a functional wallet, it could get me through, it's getting towards the end of its life. And something before I even got this was inherited from Diamond Jim Tyler, I believe, gave this to me. Before even this, I was looking at the Quiver wallet from Patrick Kuhn and Kelvin Chow. And that was something that, before I got this, I was looking at a lot. I like the style of it. It reminds me a lot of the Mont Blanc wallet that I used to carry. And I was like, if we're gonna replace the wallet, let's try that one. People seem to like it. It works out all right. So I'm going to get that one. And if I absolutely hate it, I'll just buy another one of these. But yeah, Quiver's on the way. And there will be a review period where I check it out, and then I'll be talking about that. Excuse me. So, yeah, I want to know, what are y'all doing? What's new in your world? Did you guys pick up any new magic recently? What are the things you're working on? For me, it's really Ozzy Wind's Double Exposure. I think it's a really cool trick. It's something that it's a missing piece in my close-up set, and something that I'd really like to add. Thought it was cool. It's really cheap, actually, if I'm honest. It's cheap for a download, and I was like, okay, probably about time to pick that up. So that's what I'm working on. That's my big thing, but I'm kind of curious to see what everybody else is working on. Is there any magic that I've missed that's come out that you guys are like really excited about, or things that you're working on? And then I'm also going back through the comments and looking and seeing what I've missed as far as you guys asking me stuff. So it asked me, Alan, do you know the rubber band twitching hands trick? I don't know if I know it by that name. If you could point me in the direction of maybe a video example or something, that would be really helpful, because I'm not really sure if I know it by that name. All right. You know what? I'm getting old. I'm going to put my glasses on. Sorry for any inadvertent glare on camera, but I cannot see. I am definitely getting old here. That's all right. I think it's funny. I think getting old is funny. Emerald Magic is here. What's up, Emerald? It's Don. Yeah. Hey, Don. Um. Yep. Flooded house. So with their hands upon mine, they have to say the magic words. I don't know what that is. Okay. Alan knows how big your hands are. Big Hands is. I mean, his moniker is correct. He's Big Hands has sent me a lot of videos of stuff that he's worked on, or effects that he's performed, and shared them with me on. I think it was on Facebook or Facebook Messenger. He, he's a big guy. He's true to his name. I mean, the deck of cards looks like a toy in his hands. He's a big guy. No, yeah, Big Hands is a big guy. He's a big guy, definitely. Uh, Emerald says got a new book Stage by John Graham. Okay. I picked up a few magic tricks from Disney. I will show later. Been busy lately with work and stuff. What's up, Robert Ball? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for coming to join the stream. Always good to see your face. Alan, if you come to my town, would you hit me up so I can meet you if possible? Yeah. So the thing is I'm picking up trade shows again. It's a thing that's happening. And I want to talk about that because it's going to cause me to be traveling around a lot. So if there are opportunities to meet up with you guys, I usually show up and there for 3-4 days at a time. Um, there will be opportunities for me to be popping around the country and meet up with y'all. So I'm also trying to move a little bit more into the magic space, like the magic community space. And I mean, I did that. I did TAUM last year. I headlined there, which was cool. And I'm hoping that there's a lecture tour somewhere in the near year or two future. And so I'd like to be going to do that, and that'll cause me to be in a lot of cities. So it's something. Illinois, yeah, I like Illinois. Yeah. I will probably be in Chicago this year or next. I'm almost positive I'll end up in Chicago this year, so I'll let you know. Thank you for asking, Big Hands. Yeah, the ice, it's gone finally. It was like 3-4 days of that. My son actually got the entire week off of school. Lucky kid. It's not often you get a snow day in Texas, let alone an entire week of snow days in Texas. But we're super cautious around here because we all know that nobody knows how to drive in ice here. We don't have salt trucks like we do in the Midwest where I'm from. So you could not possibly say, well, there's snow on the ground. We can't have school in the Midwest because then kids wouldn't go to school. So we have a different way of doing things. But in Texas, we just wait for it to melt. We all kind of hunker down, wait for it to melt, and hope the power doesn't go out. So which it didn't this time, at least not for me. But yeah, it's it. Thank you for asking. We're all doing fine. My son got a week off of school, got to hang out, do kind of just goofy fun stuff. Didn't really work too hard. I booked a couple of shows during this week, by phone and email and that kind of stuff. But that's about it for me as far as work this week. Thankfully, I didn't have to go anywhere, be anywhere this week. I did the trade show at the end of January, busted my hump, and then I was able to just kind of relax, knowing that I didn't have any other things. I have some shows this next week, but for now, I'm happy to have a week off. What's up, Condo Cord? Good to see you. Had to wear my glasses because I can't see. This is like super reflective. I'm sorry, guys. I'll take these off unless I need to read a lot. But yeah, I'm getting old. It's kind of fun in a way because it's like a new adventure for me. Um, yeah, it's fun. Um, yeah. Did he answer? I had to find the video. I don't know if that was directed towards me or not. But if it is, would you please help me clarify? I'm not sure what you mean. So I want to talk to you guys, and there's a video coming out, and you guys let me know because I have you all here. Let me know, what do you want to see in a Magic review? Okay, because I've seen what Magic Orthodoxy has done, of course, and I love Magic Orthodoxy. I think David's awesome. He's even shouted out this channel before, and I really appreciated that. Thought it super cool guy. Didn't have to do that. I need to reach out to him. We need to do a collaboration of sorts. I think it would be really cool to do that. I think he's fantastic, and doing a great service to the Magic community. Um, and his present or his style tends to be pretty talking head, and it seems to be fine. Everybody's pretty okay with that. But I was wondering, is there anything that you kind of wish that you get to see a little bit more of, or that he did in the videos, or that you want to see in a Magic review in general? To my mind, the first thing that pops into my head is like video of it being performed in the real world. That's something that it's difficult to do, but it seems like probably one of the nicest things to be able to have in a Magic review is see, well, how did the reviewer get along performing it, and what were the reactions from real people that are not. There's no way that they're actors or paid or what have you, or staged in any way. Looking at you, Jabrizi. Uh, so I'm wondering what you guys want to see in a Magic review, because I want to create the Magic review that you guys want to see. And I've got, what I think, but it's better just to just come straight to ask you guys, what do you want to see in a Magic review? What kind of effects do you want to see covered in a Magic review? Are you interested in the Illusionist, Theory 11, Vanishing Ink? How do you find out about new Magic? How do you find out, what grabs your attention? Um, how often do you make purchasing decisions? What price point are you guys usually looking for effects in? Is this all, are you all just interested in downloads? Are you interested in apps? Are you interested in effects under $50? Are you interested in effects over $50? Kind of what's your metric that you guys use whenever you're looking for stuff to add to your collection? So I'm kind of trying to hone in on that and zero in on that so I can give you guys the content that you want to see week in and week out. So the more you can share with me, the more it helps. Moon Eater says, did you improve your room wall? I don't remember it having so many paintings. It might have been a little while since. I mean, you got to remember, Moon Eater, it's been, I don't know, 3 or 4 months since I've done a live stream. I mean, I did one week before last, but I mean, I really haven't done much content for a while. And so, yeah, some things have changed around here. It's a little bit more fleshed out, a little more interesting in here. I'm wondering if this is a good time to tell you guys, but you're going to see pretty soon an entirely new space. I don't know if it's, yeah, I'll tell you. So I'm, oh, my wife and I, we've decided that this is going to be our last year in this apartment, or this past year was our last year at this apartment. We're not renewing our lease here, which means that in March, we're moving. So we're looking very hard actually on Sunday. We're going to be looking with a realtor at a couple of houses to rent, not to buy, unfortunately, but looking at a couple of houses to rent. And we're going to be making a decision here pretty soon, and then we'll be moving into a house, which means that there'll probably be another dip in content for that time. But what it also means is that I will probably, in most likely scenarios, have my own office eventually. So it won't be a bedroom. It won't be a bed set behind me. It won't be, my wife's, although beautiful decorations, and she's really made this apartment into a home and has, amazing taste, I think. But it's going to be a lot more Magic themed, and it's going to be designed and structured in such a way that it's made for doing this kind of work. So it's going to be a much more a suitable space for doing, YouTube content, for doing live streams, for doing gaming content, which I still want to do. If you guys are interested in gaming content, I have a gaming YouTube channel you can check out. It's in my favorites on my main page. You can look up other channels that are linked to. You can find it there. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to be moving, and I will have, in most likely scenarios, we're looking at 4 bedrooms. So we'll have a master bedroom for my wife and I, one for each of the kids, and then an office. And so that's going to be really exciting. And I'm excited to put up my darn uncut sheets finally, and some other cool magic props and stuff I have. I have a walk-in closet back there, and I've got like all of my magics back there. Like, it's a pain anytime I want to pull out any one single prop or something, if it's something I haven't looked at in a long time, or reference a book or something. Like, I don't have a way to do that right now. I have to kind of go in and dig around and try to find things. It's not organized. So I'm very excited to be able to put that all together and make it into a cool studio space too. So I'm really, really excited. Yeah. So hoping that we'll be able to. Excuse me for a second, guys. I'm sorry. I'm family thing. I'll be right back. Okay, son was out of bed. Sorry about that. It's real life, guys. It's what happens. Um, yeah. So thank you. Yeah, the moving's gonna suck, but here's the thing, guys: is it's not gonna suck as much as you think. Because I'm an old man. Okay, I'm not. Well, I'm not old man, but I'm not a young man anymore. I'm an actual like proper man. Not young, not old. You can't really add a prefix, but I am of an age where I'm not moving anymore. Like, I'm not picking up boxes and putting them in trucks and then going somewhere else and unloading those boxes. Like, I'm gonna hire somebody. Like, I've reached and it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of like a, you know, I've reached a point in my life where yeah, I don't, I have enough. I've worked hard enough, I've built enough of my life up to a certain standard where I can afford to hire somebody to help me move. So that's what I'm doing. We're gonna put stuff in boxes, and then we're gonna take stuff out of boxes. But anywhere in between that, I'm not messing with it. I'm not doing it. I can't do that stuff anymore. I remember moving my entire apartment. My wife was working, and being a magician, I'm mostly home unless I'm out doing a gig. So I remember like we had like to move, and we had like 2 days or something, a 2-day window from one apartment to the next. Ended up moving the whole place myself in flip flops. Couldn't do that anymore. There's no way. So hiring somebody to do that. I want to check out you guys' comments here. Um, I had asked before losing the live stream if you were to come to my town, if you would hit me up so I can meet you in person if possible. Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to do, um, we're going to be able to do some kind of meet and greet or something. I wanted to do that at this last TAOM, or actually two TAOMs ago. That was supposed to happen, and then they closed it because of COVID, and then we weren't able to do it. So hopefully, I'll either be at a magic convention, or I mean, I really want to spend more time attending those, um, or I'll be traveling for work and I'll be in your city. So hopefully we can make that happen. That's just kind of at the moment, but I would love to meet you guys. Absolutely. Um, Big Hand says, "Did you know it's possible to anti-pharaoh a deck of cards by springing it into an open hand?" Yes, I know it's possible. I don't know how to do it, but I know it's possible. And if you got any resources on that, I think one of the major magic website dealer people put that out. I think Illusionist put out something about the anti-pharaoh with a spring or something, and it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating, but it also feels like the thing that I don't have time to learn. So I don't know. Maybe if you get it or anybody has it and they think it's like, yeah, you got to get this, like it's a game changer, then I'll take a look at it. But um, let's see what else we got. Have you been using Flip in your show? I'm going to do it for a senior citizen center next month. Great. Small tip on this, okay? I'm doing senior centers because I have done I don't know, maybe 100 shows at senior centers over the years. And the one thing that I noticed, and it sounds, I don't mean this to sound insensitive, but depending on the center and what they specialize in, it's important to realize that things done with memory can be difficult. Okay, my own grandfather had dementia, and my step grandmother, no blood relation, but she had Alzheimer's. So I know a lot about how difficult that can be presenting magic in those scenarios and things from personal experience, and of course in the shows themselves. So I find that quick, flashy things tend to work really well. Um, but if it requires people to remember anything, or if there's anything that's easy to confuse, try to avoid it, because it can be difficult. And I have some thoughts on that. And if you want to talk more with me about it after the live stream, I would love to see where I can help you. They're awesome. I think that it's great, and I think that as magicians, we have a really cool, privileged place to be able to bring joy into people's lives and maybe be the best part of their day. And I think that senior centers are a really wonderful place for us to be able to go and do that for people. But there are some challenges that are presented by the nature of the beast. So would love to talk to you with you about that if you have any questions. But yeah, Flip is great. Flip is awesome. It's a whole show in your pocket, right? Or not a whole show, but it's a whole 5 to 10 minutes in your pocket, and it's awesome. And it gets the whole audience involved. It's awesome. There's a reason Penn and Teller love it so much. Um, let's see what else we got. We love magic reviews of all kinds. Okay, all right. So anything and everything. Will you be doing any magic reviews tonight? Hey, Dylan. In fact, I think I shall. I think I shall talk about something. And thank you for asking. Biggest thing is to keep magic reviews honest. Yeah, that's one of the things. I've had Danny Goldsmith reach out to me, Jay Jack. We've had lots of people on the channel and a lot of magic creators on the channel, and I've reviewed their products, and they've reached out to me to review their products, and I've always said, hey, look, I'd be happy to look at it, but good or bad, I'm going to give you what I'm going to give, right? And they're like, wouldn't expect any less from me. And I got to give Danny Goldsmith credit for that too. He was like, no, like I only want you to share your opinion. If you hate it, please tell people you hate it. And I was like, all right, cool. So I respect that a lot. Um, let's see. We're so far down the list here. Something else too, if you want to really highlight your comment, I know it sounds like a cash grab. I don't mean it to, but whenever I have a lot of comments like this and I don't always see everybody's, something you can do is you can flag me with a super thanks with your question, and that way I'm sure to catch it. I'll be right back. I've got to deal with another family thing, and then I'll be right back. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I'm back. Dad life. So let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I want to see where we're at. Do 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 do. Oh, you're talking about Moon Eater. I'm reading Moon Eater's comment about I know the struggle, although when I decided I wanted to move and when I only had a month to look for an apartment. Yeah, we don't have a lot of time either. We had to give us 60 days notice. We were looking, and then the thing about houses, it's weird because with an apartment, you can search an apartment, and somewhere in that entire complex of apartments, there's probably one that's opening up, right? Um, but with a house, it's a little bit harder because you only have that one house. So, um, we've been looking for a little while, but then they're like, "Yeah, you can move in right now." But it's like, "Yeah, we still got like 3 months on our lease, or 2 months on our lease at our apartment." So it's like now you're having to pay to live in two places or something. We're trying to mitigate that as much as possible. So there's that. So hey, Ken Nightingale, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah, my wife and we're hoping to buy a house in the next year or two, but we just don't want to be here anymore. We don't have the space. We want a yard. We want to have finally an office for me again after almost 6 years of going without one. I really need one back. So starting to get be busier than I ever have been in my career before, and having a dedicated workspace is going to be super important. Not to mention, I can also write the square footage of that room off on my taxes, which is nice. Not a tax professional. Don't take that as tax advice. Okay, disclaimer. Um, Thank you, for letting people know. Oh, big hands. Okay, I got the anti-pharaoh. I'll check that out whenever I have a moment. Thank you. I will take a look. So yeah, you guys were asking about like reviewing a magic product today. Let's do that. So, how about this one? I'll talk about. Um, let's talk about the double exposure trick. Okay, that's one I've got. I played around with a lot. I like it. I haven't had this is going to be in first impressions because I have not got to audience test this yet. But being that I've performed so much. Oh, I sure will. Emerald, I will definitely give you guys a tour. I would love to do that. That'd be super fun. That'd be super fun. Let's do that. I'll have a whole video for it. That'd be fun. Good idea. Good idea. So, here's double exposure. Being that I've been in the business for as long as I have, I've been a hobbyist for almost my entire life, and then a professional for the last 13 years in business now. Woohoo! Lucky 13. You would think my 13th year would have been 2020, but nope. I know that and then also knowing that it's coming from the creator Ozzy Wind. If you guys don't know who Ozzy Wind is, he's amazing. A consultant to David Blaine. Just that pedigree, my own experience with magic that I perform and magic that I see performed. I know what's going to stick, what's not, what's actually good, what's practical, what's going to work in the real world. This is definitely one I can't wait to try it. I have some shows coming up as soon as next week. So, what do I feel about it? It's a really cool trick. The idea here is that it's a triumph, but it's done both analog, as in your hands, and also digitally. With no special apps, the spectator's phone, which the effect looks like this. Somebody selects a card, okay? They take a card. You don't know what it is. You shuffle half the deck face up and half the deck face down. They place their card back into that messed up mix. You shuffle it again, and then you spread all the cards, and they can see all the face up cards, all the face down cards in a classic triumph kind of look. Say, hey, hold the deck for me. I'm going to take a picture of you just as you are now with that messed up, whatever, souvenir, whatever, right? So we've got a mental image of this forever. You And there's a couple of presentations that you can do too, as far as like how you end. But the one I like the best, honestly, is you go, look, if I could just snap my fingers and all of the cards righted themselves except yours, and yours was the only one face up in the face down deck, wouldn't that be cool? And people have to agree, yeah, that would be pretty cool. You do it, you snap, and the cards are all still mixed up, face up and face down. They're a mess still. And you go, okay, well, no, I didn't mean in the deck. I meant in your photograph. What? And sure enough, they'll open up, they'll look at their photograph, and the cards are all of them face down except that one card, their selected card, face up. It it's as clean as I described. It looks that good. It's incredible. It's a great trick, and it's a way to introduce phones into your Magic without it having to be an app. It's all done on the spectator's phone. They can take it with them. You'll know that they're going to share that and talk about that, on their social media. Um, Seems like a really great way to also segue into phone magic. If you want to do something that does have an app or something, you've found a natural way to kind of start involving their phone or your phone in the magic tricks. Excuse me again. My goodness. And I think we're yeah, okay. Um, so it looks that clean. It can be done anytime you have a deck and a phone, right? With if you're performing anywhere, somebody's going to have a phone, and you're probably going to have a deck of cards, and that's all you need. It's going to be done with this. No setup, no special deck, no. It can be done impromptu. I mean, it is a really cool, very strong trick, and it looks incredible. I think the download was like $14.40. Strangely enough, I know it's a weird price point, $14.40. But you can find it on VanishingInkMagic.com. It's where I picked it up. And the thing is, I'll tell you though, that like the instructional video is not so good. Okay, it's all clear. Like what everything you have to do is very clearly laid out, and you can perform it after watching the video. Right, like you might need to put in some practice depending on your sleight of hand skill level. For me, it was no problem to go right into it, but everything is clearly described. There's nothing kind of missing from it that you go, yeah, but I kind of missed that part. It's all clearly instructed, but it's just a video of Ozzy Wynn's hands, done over the shoulder view, so you see the palms of his hands whenever he's doing everything, and it lasts 5 minutes. I mean, it's certainly enough time to get the point across and tell you what you need to do, but you feel like I spent like $15 and I got like 5 minutes of instruction. You want it to be a little bit more fleshed out than that. You just kind of want to feel like you got, but the effect speaks for itself. It's very powerful, and uh, you know, uh, it doesn't need to be any longer than that. So it's just perfectly succinct. Oh, you definitely use their phone to do it, right? There's the phone has nothing to do with the effect. It's all in how you are manipulating the cards. So yeah, the phone is there to just to provide visual proof to them, a magic thing occurred, right? And for them to be able to look at it and check it. To them, right? Whenever you hand them the fan, they take the fan, and I mean it is messed up. It's face up, face down, regular deck of cards. It's just like a triumph. You're just shuffling. You do shuffle face up into face down cards. It's a mess, and they can see that. They're looking right at it. Giant mess. You take a photo, and whenever they go back to check the photo, yeah, sure enough, even though they saw this giant mess of a fan with all the cards face up and face down, when they look at the photograph, all the cards are righted except for the one card which is showing. You can use their phone, right? You could use a Canon camera. It doesn't matter. You can use a Polaroid. You could use, it doesn't matter. That's not how the effect is created. It has nothing to do with the phones. There's zero technology in it. It is purely a sleight of hand, excuse me, purely sleight of hand thing, and how you manipulate the cards to create that effect. And it's not so difficult. You need to know two things, though. You need to know how to do kind of a Pharaoh shuffle. You don't even have to do a perfect Pharaoh shuffle. You just need to be able to do, you need to be able to push cards into one another like this. You have to be able to do that. Well, that's accidentally a pretty good Pharaoh, but you just need to be able to push cards in end for end like that. And you need to know how to do a pressure fan. And if you can do those two things, you can do the effect, right? The other one is that this is a pressure fan. If you need help, he doesn't teach you how to do a pressure fan. He assumes you know how to do that. I have tutorials on how to do a pressure fan on this channel. So you can just look up Magic Minute pressure fan and you should be able to find them. So it's great. See, I should be getting a commission check from Ozzy Wind for selling this stuff, right? I'm not on his payroll. I don't get anything. This is just stuff that I thought was cool. I wanted to get. I don't accept payment for reviews, and I'll accept free review copies of things, but then I obviously give my honest opinion on it. I'm not beholden to anybody. So yeah, this is purely my opinion. I think it's great. I'm going to be using it all the time now. Yes. So you have to buy the trick. You can go to vanishingink.com and you want to search for Double Exposure. It's called Double Exposure by Ozzy Wind. It's probably the best $15 I've ever spent on a magic trick before. Like, it's a card trick, but it's kind of like not a card trick because it's also like a phone trick, kind of. And then they're left with a souvenir of this possible moment where they're going to be like, look, I swear, whenever the cards were jacked up. They were jacked up. But when I went back and looked at the picture, suddenly the cards had all fixed themselves, except for the card I was thinking of. He never looked at it. He never touched it directly. He had no way of knowing what that card was. All the cards are fixed except for mine. It's just, I can just see the amount of social media buzz you could get around doing this effect. And you leave them with a really cool souvenir. And you also make them look cool because they're sitting there holding a fan of cards like this. So you get like that. It's cool. It's very cool. You got to check it out. Double Exposure Ozzy Wind. So I'm going to probably save the other stuff for whenever I get it, and then I can actually review it more hardcore, and then I'll do some, long form videos like I usually do for reviews on Quiver. I got about the Quiver wallet. I got the Z Fold Quiver wallet. I got the rainbow card that goes with it, which I'm really interested in talking about and reviewing. So hopefully I'll get those in the next day or two. Double Cross. Double Cross is kind of a pain in the butt, if I'm honest. So the effect is great. I know that I have a friend. Well, you guys, I won't tell you his name, but you know him. Okay, you know him from Scam Nation fame. Okay. He uses Double Cross a lot to great effect. He uses that. I met him and I, sometimes perform for similar or the same audiences at different points of the year. And we'll talk to each other about the different effects that, we'll talk to the people who've seen us perform, tell us about what the other magician did for them. And Double Cross comes up a lot. Of course, they don't call it that. They're like, the one with the X where it pinches off and then it appeared somewhere else. I have a copy of it. I can't get into performing it. For me, it feels like a mess and a constant thing that you have to kind of baby. And I hate stuff that I have to baby. It's one of those things where the ink can dry out pretty quickly. It's been my experience and also the experience of a lot of other people that I've talked to. Ink dries out very quickly. And so you're having to do this thing where you're constantly is it good for this show? Is it, you're constantly have to check it and maintain it. I hate stuff I have to maintain. I really like just being able to roll in with a deck of cards and a Sharpie, and then just what's up here and go, right? So I like old faithful, reliable things that like I know they're going to hit every time. I don't have to do any special prep or maintenance of anything. And so for that reason, double cross is kind of fallen out of favor for me. But it's a cool trick, and it's definitely worth it. If that's the effect you're going for, it's the best of that type of effect that exists, right? I've seen Impress by I don't know, forget who it's by, but I know that Illusionist sells it on their website. It's sold out currently, but Impress might be something that I would be more interested in because there's no ink involved. It's kind of just a skin impression. And so I think that might, if I was going to go that route with traveling something, the skin impression version I might like better because you wouldn't have to worry about it. So I would turn you on to looking at Impress and seeing if that might be something for you. Maybe get on their email list to let you know whenever it gets back in stock. But I seem to remember that one being something that would be more practical and less of a pain in the butt to constantly maintain. So yeah, I told you $14.40. It's really weird. It's a weird price, but it's totally worth it. Um, and hey, propaganda or is it ill propaganda or three propaganda? I can't tell. Um, but yeah, double cross. But back me up if I'm wrong here. It's an amazing effect, but there is that babying thing you have to do to it. Excuse me. What tricks do you recommend for building up confidence at performing? That's an interesting question. My go-to answer, honestly, like I always think about that like as in like a student of magic, somebody who's just starting out with magic. Um, so generally children, but doesn't have to be, right? Because we all get in at different points. One of my good friends he's out in California now. He started magic at like 25 or 26 years old. He was working as a server at a restaurant around the magic shop that I used to work at. And he started coming in and, picking up stuff, talked to the magic people and went, you know what? I think I actually want to do this. And then like became a really respectable performer really quickly. So we're all coming at different points, but like my go-to knee-jerk reaction is always hot rod. If you guys are familiar with that trick, because it teaches you how to do a number force right away. So you have to remember how to be able to do that. You have to learn how to do the flip stick move, or the paddle move. And then you have not flip stick. Flip stick's the other one. That's vanishing. The paddle move. You have to learn how to do the paddle move. If you want to make the rod vanish, you got to do that. You've got to work on your but there's those things are pretty easy to learn, in 10 15 minutes. And then really after that, it's all about the performance and making it something convincing and intriguing and engaging. And so I think it's one of those tricks that really gives you everything you need to, like, if you've never done a trick before, to doing a trick for an audience. I think hot rod is one of the best tricks you can do and learn. So that's my thought. But if you're looking at like maybe more, if you're looking for like maybe a more sophisticated thing, or if you're looking at particularly about card magic or coin magic or those kinds of things, let me know, and then I can ruminate on what I think might be a good thing. I had to go watch, so I stepped out. The rubber band passing through each other is a good one. Hot rod. It's called hot rod. Yeah, it's the little plastic like black or clear like bar with all the different colored gems in it, and then you can ask them to pick a number between 1 and 4 or 5 or whatever, how many are on there, and then you go, okay, that many, okay, what color is that? That's orange. Okay, well, look, we just snap our fingers, now all of them become orange, right? On both sides, right? Both of the all of the gems become orange, and then we could actually, say, well, let's reset this side to orange so we can play it with it again, but we'll leave this side with all the colors again, or whatever. So there's lots of ways to present that, and I've got some thoughts on that. But Hot Rod, I think, is a really great effect, and it's cheap. It's super cheap. It gets you well on your way to showing something that's actually pretty cool, visually interesting. It with his dirty mind. It's a family show. It's not a family show, but it's not a family show. I want to stay monetized. But yeah, I really like that one. I think you're talking about the Crazy Man's Handcuffs, which actually I think I can probably do for you. I don't know. Have I taught that on the channel? I don't know if I've taught Crazy Man's Handcuffs on the channel or not. But it's a good one, and maybe I will at some point. I'm starting to go through the thing where I'm like, a lot of my earlier videos, because I've been doing this for 4 years now, coming up on, and I'm starting to get to the point where some of my old content is starting to look pretty dated, some of my earlier content. So I'm kind of wanting to dig into the well a little bit and start refreshing some stuff and bringing it back to the forefront again. So I'm thinking about like taking some of my old dead videos that actually performed pretty well, that people liked, and giving them a facelift. So I'm thinking about doing that too. That's a good part of my content strategy for this year. So but yeah, I'm really excited to share with you guys like all the stuff I have coming up, all the new magic stuff. I've got to review that new PDF by Jay Jack. I've got to take a look at these new leather good wallets I'm getting from Quiver, which I'm really excited about. I have a video in the works on Copycat by David Parr. Also, wanted to point out, don't know if you all know, but our buddy, our pal to the channel, Kyle Purnell, was just recently on Penn and Teller's Fool Us, which I thought was awesome. I was all like, woo, yeah, buddy. It was really exciting. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Kyle was on there, and he did his, oh God, I don't even remember the name of the effect, and I'm going to suck for not knowing it. It's the one where you have all the black punch cards, all crazy different hole orientations. When they come together, they show the, identity of the card or whatever. That's awesome. I was so excited to see him perform on Penn and Teller. So if you guys didn't catch it, go look up Kyle Purnell, Penn and Teller, because he was literally just on the program. Like I think the video went up like 3 days ago, and he's our buddy. He's our pal. He's been a wonderful friend to have to the channel and has shared a lot of magic with us. So I would love for you guys to go check that out, support him, and leave a nice comment on his video. Okay, let him know I sent you. Redo Dan Harlan's rubber band trick. It's good. Oh yeah. Oh, from Band Shark. Yeah. That was a while ago, man. That was. I'm surprised you remember that, but yeah, I actually got blessings from Dan Harlan to teach one of his rubber band effects on this channel. This channel has touched so many points. It's met so many magicians. We've talked to Dan Harlan, Kyle Purnell, Trig Watson, Shamir Salim from the QR Genie, and for oh gosh, what's the other one he's got that I have? Hydra. It's been all over the place. We've talked to so many cool people on this channel. Scott Wells, Wes Isley of Flip. It's been pretty cool to be able to bring all these people on and chat with very awesome magicians from all over the world. So yeah, Kyle's the dude. 3 propaganda always passes around my shorts. Thank you. But I'm going to want those back at some point. I'm getting chilly. That's great. Thank you for that. I know that Kyle would definitely appreciate you, and I know I do for supporting Kyle. He's awesome. So we've been going for about an hour now. I think I'm going to close it down. You can probably hear it in my voice, but I'm starting to get a little bit congested. So I'm probably going to close the stream down, but I'm so appreciative to all of you guys for joining me tonight. If you liked it, please thumbs up this video. helps get the fight that whole YouTube algorithm. YouTube doesn't even really care about how many subscribers I have, even though we're coming up on 6,000 pretty fast. Holy crap! But also, the algorithm really likes the thumbs up engagement, and the longer of the video you watch before you hit the thumbs up helps. That's why you don't see people saying at the beginning of the video, "Hey, thumbs up and subscribe." Like, let people watch almost till the end before you ask them to do that, which is what I'm doing now. So if you like it, please like, comment, and subscribe. It sure helps a lot. I appreciate you guys so much. If you have any questions, I know we had some questions maybe about like performing different effects, the anti-pharaoh. I'm going to be checking all that stuff out. Also, stay tuned because the next, I don't know, week or two, hopefully I should have that copycat video up for you guys to watch. My channel members and Minotaurs, I think actually my Minotaurs get exclusive access, early access to those videos. They get to see them before anybody else does, including all kinds of other cool stuff. So consider joining the channel. You can do for as little as 99 cents, get cool emojis, badges. My eternal appreciation means a lot to me, guys. Appreciate you all a lot. 3 propaganda. I'm glad you feel better. I hope that this is not something that's going to linger because I don't got time for that. And I will see you guys really soon. Yes, Moon Eater, I do have a PayPal. Hit me up on Instagram afterwards. I'm not sure what you need my PayPal for, but if there's something specific, maybe I can help you with that. But yeah, hit me up on Instagram. It's the Magic Minute. And yeah, we'll chat soon. Okay, guys? I don't know if I'll be here next Friday. I will try to give you warning. I generally leave a message in the Discord, but the Discord, honestly, it feels kind of like it's dead right now, so I haven't really posted on there very much lately. I was hoping to have a more lively discussion, but it's kind of dipped off a little bit. So I've stopped doing pings there, but generally I will at least schedule a video. So you should check to see if I've scheduled a video for that day. I always do them at around 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Tonight it was 8:30, but generally around 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Thank you, guys. I will talk to you really soon. Eat your vegetables, go to bed on time, and have a very